Hello, everyone. It's Dana Carpio. Thank you for being here on Thursday night for Thursday night training, guys. My apologies. I am a little tardy, having some issues with my internet for some reason. It just would not let me connect, so I had to reboot and restart, and it was still having trouble. So hopefully, our signal will be great for the rest of the evening, and we don't have to worry about it so much. So, I want to thank you so much for being here this beautiful Thursday night. It was an absolutely gorgeous day here in Hermitage. I mean, just gorgeous. I had all the windows open in the house. It was just, I just couldn't take it anymore. Kind of wished I was outside, but I had other stuff that I had to get done. So, but guys, this has been an absolutely incredible week. There's been blessings, there's been failures, it's been a mix of a little bit of everything. And for those of you who have been here, who have been watching all this time, and even for those of you who are brand new, guys, I'm going to remind you, I'm going to inform you if you're new, and I'm going to remind you if you've been around that next Saturday, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, November the 5th at 2 p.m., I am going to be doing a live workshop at the Hermitage Public Library in Hermitage, Tennessee. So basically, we're going to go from you don't know anything about online marketing from zero to, okay, I have at least a general understanding of where I need to go and what I need to do in order to establish my business or grow my presence online. So it's going to be a really exciting event. I really look forward to seeing you there. It's going to be so exciting. So if you're in the Hermitage area, if you live in Madison or Franklin, or even on the east side or the west side of Nashville, please come by. I mean, hop on over to Hermitage Library. It's 3700 James K. Lane. Pop that into your GPS and come on over on Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock on November 5th and come see me. Let's meet. I would love to see you there. There's no pressure to buy anything. Actually, I'm not selling a thing there. It's absolutely free. If you come and just sit down and absorb the information and go home and I never see you or hear from you again, perfectly fine. The whole point of this workshop is for me to have you understand what it's going to take to go from an offline business to an online business, how to get started, how to set things up. That's what I do, is I bridge that gap for you so you get more of an understanding about how it works. So, and this is just the basics. This is the very beginning parts of it. So you don't have to worry about being scared of the technical stuff. I'm going to explain all of that to you. So if you know just a little bit about online marketing or online business, or even if you know a lot, that's fantastic. Still come. I would love to meet you. It would be awesome to connect there. Guys, I'm really excited. The public library has printed up posters and they're putting them all over town. And there's emails and messages going out. And I'm probably going to run a little advertisement next week for it. And so it's really exciting because this is what I love to do. I've been on Thursday night trainings since March. No, I think it was April. It was April this year is when I started. And every Thursday night, with the exception of two for technical difficulties, one because of a physical disability. But other than that, where have I been? Every Thursday night at 7 o'clock, right here for you guys. That is what I do. I'm trying to help you understand how to go from, well, I don't know what to do. You talk about an online business, you talk about computer, you're getting technical. No, there's a bunch of stuff, yes, that is involved with an online business. Okay, I know that, you know that, but it's my job to break it down for you so it's a little bit easier to understand, and you can be like, oh, I get it. That light bulb moment, that's what I live for. That's what I live for. If I can give you that light bulb moment, then I've done my job. And that's what makes me happy. Okay? That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm here to serve you. So tonight we're actually going to be talking about a really big thing when it comes to learning how to set up a business. And it's to spend or not to spend. That is the question. And that is the question, because a lot of people say, well, you can learn everything you want absolutely free and you don't have to worry about it. But there is technical, there's other technical stuff. You might have to, give somebody a little bit of money to get the bits and pieces that you're looking for. But overall, you can get the general idea of how to market online and how to run your business online for free. You don't have to buy someone's program. And we're going to go over tonight, like some of the things that you would want to purchase versus some of the things that you would not really benefit from in the overall picture. So we're going to go through some of that stuff. If you looked at my email that I sent out earlier, there were 3 main things that we were going to cover. And we are actually going to get started on that. But for those who don't know who I am, I'm going to give you a very, very brief introduction to myself, and then we'll get moving onto the content, because I really want to get into this content for you. I think it's really important that we talk about this and have some clarity, because some people think it's great to spend thousands of dollars. Other people don't want to get into debt. They don't want to spend, $20,000 for somebody's program and then it never works, or they get scammed out of their money. So I got a resource for you I want you to take a look at, and we're going to be covering some things. So I'm kind of excited. I'm excited actually about tonight. And a lot of this is based on my experience and things that I really feel that you can do in order to get a better feel of the overall, should I spend my money or should I not? Because you're going to get different ends of the spectrum. You're going to get people who say, whatever money you get in, turn around, spit it back out, and put it towards your business. Okay. And you're going to get other people who say, yeah, do that to a certain extent, or keep part of it and put 10% back in or 50% back in, however you want to do it. It comes differently. But see, here's the thing. It all depends on what you're spending your money on. If you're spending your money on a tool, that's one thing. If the tool is helping you progress your business forward, then that's a good investment, as long as it's doing it in a productive manner. It's not just costing money to cost money. Okay, so you can kind of lost my train of thought there. It happens when you're a mom. It stinks, but it happens when you're a mom. But overall, there are certain things that you want to spend your money on. There are certain things that are considered an investment versus just a general expense or throwing your money away. There's certain things that'll give you that return back, whether it be in knowledge, experience, actual steps that you can take, and then you get physical results out of it. All of those things are part of it. Right? Okay, so let's get into the good stuff. All right. Some people are more scared to spend their money on stuff, and other people are not. They're like, okay, whatever it costs here, and they absorb stuff. And if you have the money to do that, by all means, go for it. For those of you who may not have that money at your fingertips, it's okay. There are other resources and other ways to go about things. There are other things that you can do in order to get to the same result. It might take a little bit longer. However, you can do it. I promise you, you can do it. Okay? So, where we're going to go is the first thing that I told you that we were going to talk about is to discover the one key thing that will help you distinguish between an actual real deal and a scam. Okay? You'll be able to see the scams. You'll be able to notice the scams by the time we get done with this. Okay? So let's talk about this for a second. Okay? Let's say, for example, that you don't have a business. You're not tied to any company. You have, a product of your own, and you're looking. People are coming at you all the time, and they're asking, "Hey, join this, join this, join this," and you finally find a company that you really like, but you're just not sure. You don't know if what they're saying is true. They don't know if they're going to take your money and run. You don't know if it's going to be like the best opportunity ever, right? So if these are the things that you don't know, the one key thing that you have to do as a human, as a smart investor, as a business person, is you have to research. This is your key. You research all the different companies that you are considering to become a partner with. Now, that's regardless if it is a tool that you're going to use or if it's an actual opportunity where you can make money. When you make sales and stuff like that, you make money, right? So it's kind of dependent. It doesn't matter if it's the tool, okay? So if you research everything that you do thoroughly, you can check the Better Business Bureau. As a matter of fact, I want to show you this. I pulled up my website on my phone here, and I want to show you something, and hopefully it'll come through on the screen. But I wrote a blog post, and this has been quite some time back that I wrote it. But it was just, to me, it's a killer blog post, and I hope you get a bunch of value out of it because I kind of wish somebody would have done this for me. But me, I'm one of those people who likes to really research and look at something inside and out before I say yes. And the reason why is because I really can't afford to lose that money, or I can't afford to lose that time if it's a wrong step. Do you see what I'm saying here? I can't afford to make mistakes in that direction if it's a scam. I need to make the steps in the correct direction. So between research and prayer, those are my two go-tos, and that's how I get my message about what I need to do and how I need to do it. But this particular blog post, can't really see it. Well, go to my website, www.danacarpio.com. Go to my website and look. The title of it says, "How to Choose a Legitimate Opportunity Using 7 Free Online Resources." Okay? How to choose a legitimate opportunity using 7 free online resources. That information, that blog post, is absolutely free. And I think there might be a link or two in there, and I think that's free too. So, but the whole point is for you to be able to say, okay, I have a company A that I'm going to compare to company B. In that blog post, there's a checklist. Download that checklist, absolutely free. And I don't even think there's an opt-in required on that one. Download that checklist. Fill it out for both companies and compare them side by side. This way, if you research the actual company, if you research their product, if you research what they do, all of the different references that I've listed in that blog post are ones that are going to help you say, well, this company's got a good reputation and they've got a good board of directors that has experience, and it looks like the company's growing and expanding. They're still small. They have a huge area to cover and to grow. Then you look at the other ones, and maybe they've been around for a while. Maybe they've had lawsuits against them. I'm trying to think of bad things. I don't like to think of bad things, so it's kind of hard for me to come up with bad stuff. Anyway, so that's what you're looking at. You're looking at 2 different companies compared side by side on this checklist. I highly, highly, highly recommend to do it that way, because that's going to tell you who's going to be the real deal and who's going to scam you out of your hard-earned money. And I mean, when you look good. You're looking for membership fees. If there's a required monthly membership fee, find out how much it is. find out how long it is for. Is it every month? The life of the duration of your is it a monthly membership duration? Lifetime membership duration. Look for, how do you get how do you get paid? What's the commission structure? You want to look at the product. Is it something that people are wanting? Is it a highly desired product? Because if you don't have demand for the product, then there's no point in trying to sell it because nobody wants it, right? Okay, so when you do these things and you research and you find out all of this information, you sit down and you think about it, then meditate on it. If you don't believe in prayer, meditate on it. Get with the universe, get with God, get with whoever you need to get with to clarify which opportunity is the one for you. But here's the thing, you got to research each company. Don't fly by the seat of your pants, because not all the time, but I've seen it over and over again. People get burned so bad without researching the company. They just jump in, and then 6 months later, something happens because the CEO took a bunch of money or someone misrepresented them, and then the whole company shut down, and then you're left with nothing. And companies shutting down or getting sued and all that stuff, that happens. That's why I say to brand yourself. Because if you don't brand yourself and you brand with that particular company, when they go under, so does everything else. Everybody sees you as that brand. You're not flexible anymore. You're pigeonholed. If you brand yourself, you have the flexibility. So let's say you got involved in one of those scams and you were posting and carrying on about it and talking to everybody about it, and all of a sudden they took all your money. Then people identify you with that scam company. Then they see you as a scam artist. And I know that you don't want to be seen as that, especially if you're watching me. I'm telling you, there is good things ahead of you if you just do the research. I know it's like, I don't want to look into it. I just want to choose and move on. I get it. I really get it. But if you want to safeguard you and your finances and even possibly your family's future, I would highly do the research. I highly recommend doing the research. I really do. And I know I don't know if you've heard me say that before, but that is one reason why I am where I am today. That's one reason why I know the things that I know today, is because I've researched. Something came up and I was like, okay, well, I want to find out more about that. Google, typed it right on in. So I typed it in, I hit enter, and up comes all this list of stuff. So I start going through it. And I'm reading through and I'm collecting, okay, this stuff is familiar from these posts. So here's the general concept. Can I use the general concept to do what I need to do? Yes? Fabulous. No? Okay, let's go research some more. When you become a business owner, that's it. You're the owner. So own it. Don't allow it to own you. You own the business. People are going to talk to you because of you. They're not going to talk to you because of, she carries a certain product. Well, sometimes they do, but it's not that often, okay? You're not going to appeal to the masses that way, especially if all you're talking about is your product. Okay, so, all right, so moving right along. So research. I know that, can be a pain. But you will thank yourself in the end. I guarantee you will thank yourself in the end. Okay? So just make it easier on yourself. You'll be able to see the scams popping out of the woodwork, and you'll start to see the legitimate opportunities. And you will know the difference and have the safety to spend the money with the appropriate opportunity that has given you the research and the belief that it is a legitimate opportunity. even if the other one seems more lucrative. Believe me, it's just better if you go with the one that you know is legit, plain and simple. If you have a question in your head, if you have a question in your heart, whether this specific opportunity is for me, and you're looking at two of them and this one's legitimate and this one's a scam, and you say, is this legitimate, is this opportunity for me? And you get this funny feeling in your stomach that it just might not be legitimate, that they might run off with your money, forget it. Forget it. Don't even bother with it. Go with a legitimate opportunity. Even if they say they're going to be paying you like $10,000 a month right off the bat, they're lying to you. And that's not building a business, that's building a scam. And there's a difference, a big difference. If you want longevity, if you want a legendary business, you have to do your research. You have to. Or if you don't or don't like to, if you have a friend who loves to do research, then you'll be like, hey, dude, I need you to check this out for me. Go online and find out about da-da-da-da-da. Send me the links. And then go in and watch all the links or read all the stuff. I mean, you can cut your learning time in half. What is that? What's that website? Is it Fiverr? Fiverr, the one where you can get jobs done for $5? You can list, like, for those of you who like to do research, here's a good, easy money-making thing. Actually, I may do it too. Now that I think about it. For those of you who like to do research, maybe you could put an ad on there for, hey, give me 3 questions to research, and I'll come back with, 10 links based on that research with all the information that you need to know. That would be something that would be cool. Not only would you learn a bunch, but the person who actually got the links would learn a lot too. So that would be kind of cool. So there's an idea for you. And there may be somebody out there that does it. I don't know. If you do, hit me up, Dana@danacarpio.com. Let me know, because I got some research for you. All right. Moving right along. So research. Point number 2. Okay. You don't have to spend a buku amount of money in order to get the education and the knowledge and the nugget-filled videos and everything. You don't have to spend money for all of that stuff to get the understanding of how business works online. You don't have to. But hear me out on this one, because here in just a minute, I'm going to tell you that you need to. And I'll explain to you why you need to. So hold that thought. I know what you're thinking. Oh, okay. So here we go. 4 things that you can do in order to get free information that is typically nugget filled. You can watch, a 2 to 3 minute video and just get more and more and more and more information. And you could pop those in the middle of your day. You're sitting there waiting for a doctor, sitting there waiting at the doctor's appointment. You got your headset, pop in, watch a video. I want to tell you something. And I think this is pretty cool, and I think this is pretty genius, and I love him for it. Gary Vaynerchuk. If you look at a lot of the promotional pictures that he has, like, I don't know how many of them, I would have to say like 95% of them are him with his phone, with headphones going into his ears. Do you really think he's just listening to music? Nope. I can guarantee you he's listening to things and watching things that are going to help him learn and help him grow. Use your cell phone. To do this, to fit it in your day, not so you don't have to chunk out an hour to sit down and watch this video. No. I have a cabinet right above my sink, and I have this little ball thing that I can put up there and put the phone there, and I have a headset that's wireless. So I can set the phone there, turn the video on, turn on the headset, so I can watch videos while I'm cooking and cleaning. Talk about efficiency. It's usually about the only uninterrupted time that I can get. Now that happens because I have a family. That's plain and simple. I love my family, don't get me wrong, but you don't have kids, coming up to you every 5 seconds going, "Hey mom, can I have something to drink? He just hit me." I mean, you still get the playful stuff and everything, but you know, it's one of those times where I can actually be mentally in my own area and not have to worry about all the other distractions and everything that are typically there. So if you're doing the dishes or cooking or mowing the grass or doing something that's kind of a mindless task, throw in a video or an audiobook. Those are fabulous. I love audiobooks. And start getting that information popping in your head. Okay. A lot of that stuff that you need will come. And here are 4 different places where you can usually get those little nuggets that mean so much and that can actually change your thought process. These nuggets are very specific pieces of information that are extremely important to you and your business. And you can watch one video and be like, okay, wow, that's pretty profound. I like that. That's a nugget for you. Now, every video that you watch, is it going to have 2 or 3 nuggets in it? No. Some of them will have like 20 nuggets and you'll be like, oh my gosh, this is the best video ever. Share it with everybody. Share the love. There's going to be another video and you're going to be like, that was like half a nugget, I think. So it really depends on the information that you are needing. The information that you need to look for is going to depend on how many nuggets are in there for you. So here's the four things. And I'm sorry, I keep talking. Okay, first things first. When you want to learn how to do something, you turn to someone who already knows how to do it, has done it, and has had success with it, right? Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is find those who have had success and get on their email list. For example, I know that Ray Higdon is the man when it comes to recruiting other people for MLM opportunities or direct sale opportunities. If you're trying to recruit people into a business, Ray Higdon is the man. No lie. He is genius. A lot of his prospecting information is top notch. He is a killer recruiter, and he's married to a wonderful woman who has completely figured out Facebook, and it's just amazing what he has accomplished. So I know about him, and I'm like, okay, this is cool. He can teach me how to do this. So what do? I Google Ray Higdon. I go to his website. I get on his email address list. So that is typically a giveaway of some sort. The giveaway on mine is 101 personal development resources, self-development resources. I'm sorry, self-development resources. Okay, so and he has another one. I think it's like 25 or no, 100. I don't even remember what it is. It's some kind of number of blog ideas or something like that, or at least it used to be. I haven't been back there in a while to his website, but you could go to his website and he's got blog posts like all the way down it talking about prospecting. He has videos. He has so much information. He's got programs. Now, he would be somebody I would say, yes, spend your money with him. Why? Number one, he's been there, he's done that, and he's gotten good at doing it. He knows what he's doing. He's experienced it. He knows what works. He knows what doesn't work. He knows the trends of the time. He knows where the market sits and where it's headed. He is an absolute industry leader. Now, you can Google him, you can find out more information about him. Ray Higdon is a definite leader and a positive guru, someone to follow, and someone that I would say, yes, spend your money with him. Because, not cause. Can you tell I got kids? Because You know that when he creates something, it's going to be good. It's going to be golden. He is just going to lay it all out for you. So he would be somebody that I would trust. And I would say, okay, yeah, I'll buy your product. Because I know he has the results that I'm looking for. So yeah, I would buy a product of his. Absolutely. But if I can't financially buy his product at this point in time, I can at least get some of the information that he's given and get on his email list. So when he sends out an email list about the new content he just made, whether it was on his blog or a video or another product offer, whatever the case might be, then you can actually go and find out more information about it. And then you can learn and grow yourself and grow your business. Boom. You can do that with any guru. It doesn't matter what guru it is. Diane Hochman, prime example. She's a fabulous person to I'm sorry, something just popped up on my screen, got my attention. She is a fabulous person to get on her mailing list, and she tells you stuff all the time. My mentor, Kay Somji, Somji, I'll tell you right now, killer email, because he tells you about stuff that you need to know, and he tells you about upcoming blog posts, and you can go to the blog, you can look at his videos, he can tell you, there's just so much there. And I'm sorry, my computer keeps flashing this message and it's driving me crazy. But through email, you can get access to everything. You can get those little nuggets and start learning stuff real quick. And usually you can read an email in like a minute or two. I wouldn't do it sitting at a green light. But, again, if you're at a doctor's office, slip it in. Waiting for the kids at the school, waiting in line to get them, pop it up and start reading it. I mean, it's not difficult. You can fit it in. You just have to be willing to fit it in. The second one is going to be videos. Now, videos are probably the best tool to use online other than straight up live, because videos have such an impact. You can actually see somebody. You see me. You see my face. You see my demeanor. You see how my message is coming across. If I was telling you all of this with just words on the screen, you would be like, okay, reading the words. You wouldn't know the inflection of my voice. You couldn't see in my eyes that I was telling the truth. I mean, I could have just put that on there to try to fool you, try to get one over on you. See, video and live are killer. And when you are live or when you watch a video, a lot of times, like I was saying, the videos are 2-3 minutes long. Sometimes you can get some that are trainings like this one that are an hour long, and in those you'll find nugget after nugget after nugget after nugget. Sometimes you can find an absolute diamond in those, and they walk you through step by step how to do something, which I've done that here on Thursday Night Training on TNT. But there's that ability as well to watch the videos and get all of the information that you can. And that doesn't cost you anything. You just go to YouTube and the search bar, type in there what you want, and check out some of the videos. Just start watching the videos. If you find someone who's giving you the good stuff and they like it, and you like them and you like what they're, you're picking up what they're putting down, follow them. Send them a message. Say, hey, I like what you're doing. Can I connect with you and get to know you a little bit more? Absolutely free connection. And they're like, if they're a good business person, they'd be like, well, yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. When is a good time in your schedule to chat? So, I mean, video helps with that connection. It helps you know who that person is and kind of their personality before you ever really get on the phone and talk to them. So and so that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And video is extremely high converting. So use video to learn all that you can, and then turn around and use video to sell as well. So it's got two different ways to do it, right? The third one is your news feed on social media, and that doesn't matter which platform it is. It could be Google Plus, it could be LinkedIn, it could be Facebook, it could be Twitter, it could be Pinterest. It could be any of those. It doesn't matter which one. But go to your social media, type in the person's name that you want to follow, or you can type in network marketers, and that way you can see the different people who are there, and you can kind of look through their profiles and pick out the ones that you want to follow that specialize in the area that you're looking for. So once you do that, then you put them in your newsfeed and mark their stuff to where it'll show up first in your newsfeed. So every time they post something, you're learning about it, because you're going to go to your newsfeed and it's going to be right there on the top. It's going to be the very first thing that you're going to see. And it's not difficult to read the very first thing that you see, right? So you read that piece and you're like, okay, that's cool. That's cool. And maybe they'll throw an offer out there. So, but that's free information that you can get where you don't have to spend money, where you will still get golden nugget pieces. So don't discount the social media and catching the posts in the newsfeed. They're killer. They're extremely valuable. And that's where a lot of people promote their stuff, and that's where you see a lot of their personality too. Especially like with Facebook, when you do the Facebook Live stuff, you can see the other person's personality extremely well with that. And but even still with the videos too, you can see, how strong they are, if they're knowledgeable, if they're honest. You can see it. It comes out in them, right? Okay, so the fourth thing, the last one, and not everybody has this, but a lot of people do. And again, this is absolutely free resource for you, is podcasts. What? Yeah, podcasts. Podcasts. Find someone who has a podcast. For example, the community that I'm a part of, which is MLSP, they have a wake-up call Monday through Friday. It's a daily motivation wake-up call podcast. And I listen to it. Sometimes I'm on it. But here lately, it's fallen at a really bad time for me, schedule-wise. But I do go back and I listen to the recordings. Again, when you're doing dishes and things of that sort, you're doing mindless stuff. Like let's say you're on a trip. If you work 15, 30 minutes away from your house, get in, put it on your phone, and listen to it all the way to work on the radio. It's free. You're going to get some serious nuggets. You're going to start seeing that you're absorbing that information. And then you have to turn around and put it back out. But here's the thing. It doesn't cost you anything. It's absolutely free. So that's a not to spend. But it's still valuable information that's going to help you. So those four things, email, video, newsfeed, and podcast. Those are four things right there that you can do absolutely free of charge and get stuff that comes in. Because what comes in is what goes out. Okay? So I need you to remember that. What comes in is what goes out. So, and that goes with like, if you want to listen to like a John Maxwell tape, or you need some positivity and you go for a motivation tape. Something of that sort. Maybe you need some Tony Robbins in the morning. That works too. Just remember, what comes in goes out. So these four resources are going to be killer for you, and you're not going to have to spend a penny. All right, so moving right along. Actually, let me get a quick drink of water. Excuse me. Oh, much better. All righty. Moving right along, the last thing that we're going to cover is the expense versus the investment. And I get a lot of people telling me, man, I just don't have the money for that. That's just another monthly expense. I don't want to have to spend more money on my business. Well, okay, I understand your point. I'm not dismissing it. I understand your point. But you have to really think at some point, is it continuously just an expense? Or is it really an investment in you, your future, and the future of your children? Now, I said earlier in the beginning that I was going to tell you why you need to spend money in your business. Pardon me. Some people are like, I want to start this business. This is great, but I don't want to spend any money at all. And I'm like, you're not going to have a business. You're not. You're not. You have to spend money on your business. You can try all you want to push everything that you can through a free social media profile. And yeah, you can, reach your friends and maybe some friends of friends, but that's all you're going to be able to do. You don't have a home for any of your content that you produce, or any of the resources that you offer, or any of the services that you offer, or any of the products that you might be affiliated with, where you can make money. You don't have to put those on your website. But if they're there when people are going through and they're visiting and they're looking, and they'll pop that up and they'll look at it and they'll be like, oh, that sounds cool. Click, boom. It's kind of a passive strategy. But see, here's the thing. You have to spend money on your business. Now, I argued with that for a long time. I really did. I had a hard time with it. And I was like, because at that point in my life, we had no money. And when I mean no money, we lived paycheck to 2 days after paycheck. And then we were broke for the next 2 weeks. We bought everything that we needed to survive for the next 2 weeks. And that's all we had. We had no money. So when I first began building my business and building my presence online, I had to do it free. I had to do it free. There was no money in the budget. There was no extra bonus. There was nothing for me to be able to put money into my business. So, and I'm okay with that, because that first area was just growing area. That was where I was just getting to know how it all worked. What I had tried didn't really work. And, I was like, okay, this is not going to work. And, I tried to do the free blog and use that with social media. And I was way off with that. And then it just, I tried to use a different blogging platform, and it didn't work out for me, and it was just awful. It was a bad learning experience. I wouldn't wish it on anybody, even though I know some of you have already gone through that particular experience. But when you spend money on your business, you're telling the universe, or you're telling God, yes, I'm serious about this. I see my resources are okay to go to this. You need to spend money on your business, because, especially online, you cannot conduct business without spending some kind of money. You might be able to get a couple of sales here and there, yeah. You might be able to create a small community, where you make a couple of sales every month for the rest of your life. That's great. However, if you are wanting to build long-term, stable, residual, legacy-style income, you have to spend money. Now, this is not just money on tools. Okay? This is money on tools. This is money on self-development, such as books and things of that sort. This is money on training materials. Excuse me. Let me grab some more water here. We are also talking about training materials. Now, different people have different training materials. Some of them, they do the video and then they put the little picture over here on the side of the screen, like right over in here where you can see it. Or maybe it's on this side. Sometimes it's up here in the corner. They record a video and you watch them on their computer as they go in, they click, 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 click. Those are absolutely awesome. I mean, just incredibly awesome. And there's some people out there that's what's inside their product. And they like walk you through step by step by step by step by step. It's a no-fail situation. And if you do have an issue with that and it just, doesn't seem to be working for you, a lot of times those who have that type of information and that type of training and that type of a course also have some kind of a money-back guarantee. So that in and of itself, to grow your business, you have to invest money, period. You have to. Not only that, you are sending out a signal that, number one, validates you as a business owner. That, yes, this is my business. I understand I have expenses. I'm willing to pay those expenses because it's an investment in my future. Right? So if you don't want to spend money on your business, I can understand, like, you want your business to make money for you and then you just don't want to put any money back in it. If that's the case, prepare for a very short-lived business life, very little income, and probably, the death of your dreams too. Honestly, yeah, I mean, there's no way around it. And anybody that you ask, it doesn't matter who you talk to. Doesn't matter who you talk to. Especially, the gurus. If you ask, excuse me, I'm sorry, I seem to be having an issue with my throat today. If you ask Ray Higdon, if you ask Brian Finale, if you ask April Marie Tucker, if you ask Jesse Jameson, it doesn't matter who you ask. If they are making good, stable money and they've had their business online, every single one of them will tell you that if you don't spend money on your business or spend money on yourself to develop yourself for your business, you're done. If you don't spend that money, you will be done. Now, I'm not saying spend $20,000 and get completely in debt and be like, listen to this person who's like, hey, I got this program. It's a great training program, blah, 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 just $20,000 and you can get in. And then, you do your research and everything seems to be okay. And you're like, okay, this really sounds great. And, it sounds like there might be stuff in there that's not, that I haven't touched on in the free area. And they seem to have, really good information so far. And you pay that money. Pay that money. That's $20,000 that you just invested, not an expense, invested in yourself. Investing is phenomenal, and it will pay out in the end as long as you stay dedicated to it. Now, I'm going to tell you right here, right now, anytime that you decide to spend money and then you get mad later that there's no results when you just bought the product and let it sit there and you didn't do anything with it, and then you complain about the results later, you have no reason to complain. In that case, if that's the case with you, if you have bought products before and you've gone and you haven't even gone through it, you like maybe went through the first chapter or something, then life caught up with you and you were out and you were on your way and that kind of thing, and before you knew it, the 30 days was gone and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even get past the first chapter. And so now you don't have the money back guarantee anymore, but you're like, well, now I can't get my money back. And you're stuck with that. That was an investment in that case. That was an expense. Because you did nothing with it. A lot of people get into these emotional highs when they talk to other people about a product. Sounds like it's something that'll suit me. It is something that I can work with. Sounds like something that's going to give me the results that I want. It's something that, is going to produce a much better result than what I've already been getting. And, it sounds wonderful. I'm so excited. Let's do this. Let's do this. I'll sign my check. Well, here's my credit card kind of thing right now. Just charge the whole thing. I'm good. And then they wake up and their wife had a car accident on the way to work. And after taking care of that, he had to take his daughter got sick. And then the house caught on fire. And then his boss was on him. And all of these other things got involved and covered up the fact that he just bought this course. And then 30 days later, he doesn't have a thing to benefit. It was an expense because he didn't take the time to turn it from an expense into an investment. When you're a business owner, you have to choose sometimes where you spend your time, and it can be a tough choice. It can be a very tough choice to have to choose from in between playing with my sons or even just playing with Reese or lying in the bed with him. He's my little snuggle bug. Snuggling with him in the bed for a little bit longer because I want to versus having to get up and do a little bit of work. Sometimes you have to sacrifice those things that you don't want to sacrifice. All of the information that you get on the internet, whether it's free, whether it's paid, it doesn't matter, is subject to, is this going to fit me? Is this going to work with me? But let me tell you something. The whole thing about starting a business online is not to put yourself so far in debt that you can't see. Not to max out your credit cards. Not to have you take out a second mortgage to be able to sign up or join some program that talks about, hey, we can turn you into a millionaire in 6 months and na. There are some things that you can do out there that, yes, they will do that in 6 months. If you know everything about what you're doing. Most people don't know everything about what they're doing. So it takes time. You can do it. You absolutely can do it. You can do it with a lot of money. You can do it with virtually no money. Like I said, you have to put some kind of money in your business. So, for example, you could actually run a business off two things. Two things you would absolutely have to have. A website, which is a domain name, is an expense one time a year. And then you have hosting. And the hosting is supposed to be there, and that's where you put all your information. Okay. And it's like $8-10 a month. So you're looking at $120 for the year. Okay. Those two go hand in hand. You have to have both. There is no option. So you're looking at a domain name for like $10-15. Like right now, I know Namecheap has a sale for 88 cents. 88 cents. Yeah, some of the domains that they have are 88 cents or $8.88. It's like a crazy 8 sale that they have going on. But you can go in and you can buy your domain for $8.88. That's got you covered for an entire year. Inexpensive. And then you have your domain that you're hosting, could be anywhere from $8 to $10. Sometimes it's even up to 15, but it's about $8 to $10 on average. So then you have $10 a month. So you're committed to $10 a month. Big whoop. You spend $10 a month going out to eat one time. One time. That's all it takes. Especially now, food prices are ridiculous. And that's just for you. That doesn't even include anybody else that's in the family. You know what I mean? So, but it can be done. And you can do it. And you don't have to spend a whole lot of money. Oh, the other tool. Almost forgot. The other tool that you'll need. So we had the domain and the hosting of the website, right? The other tool that you're going to need over here is an autoresponder. And an autoresponder is basically just an email program so you can talk to your people. Plain and simple. If you're here watching this today, if you got the invite through email, that's how I talk to people. I need an email. People who have said, hey, I like your stuff. I want more. I'm interested in what you have to say. You can say those things to those people. Okay? So you have a place to show, this is my home. This is where I stand. This is what I have to offer. Here's some information for you. That is your website. Okay? And then you have your autoresponder. Your autoresponder is your communication tool to say, hey, I just put a new blog post on my blog. Come check it out. Hey, I just created a brand new video just for you. Come on over. Communication, location. Plain and simple. Just those two things. Everything else, social media, free. Right? Social media, free. The only other thing that you really have to pay for is the extra stuff or the extra tools or extra knowledge to learn how to do something. Now, I'll tell you something. I have bought programs before. I have bought books. I have spent money for my business every single month. Every single month. Why? Because this is my business. I believe in it, and I know it will be returned to me in tenfold by the end of my lifetime. Why? Because I'm dedicated to that. And part of that dedication is shown when I gave the money for my website, when I gave the money for my autoresponder. You see what I'm saying? So make sure that you do your research. First of all, to decide which things deserve your money. Don't be so quick to say, okay, yeah, that sounds great. Here's $10,000. Just give me the results like now. Don't be like that. It's funny that I say that because I've known some people who would be like that. But see, that's not the best way to handle it. It's not. So take your time, do the research, figure out what is legitimate, what's not legitimate, what's cool, what's not cool. Use those 4 different things to help you get those gold nuggets of information. That's the email, the videos, the podcasts, and the newsfeed on your social media. Those 4 things. Use those 4 things to get the nuggets, to get the information, and visit people's blogs too. That's another big one that I didn't even think. So there you go. There's another one. There's a 5th one. Visit people's blogs as well. They've got tons and tons and tons of information on them. Extremely valuable if you get the right people. It'll give you definitely some golden nuggets, absolutely free. Don't even have to pay for it. You could do it yourself. Super, super simple, and get tons of knowledge and learn how to take on this whole internet thing and kill it. I know you can do it. And then, you have to figure out is this just going to be an expense, or is this actually going to be an investment in me? Is this going to be an investment in my future? Or is this something just to waste money? If I'm going to buy something and not do anything with it, not use it, what's the purpose of having it? Why am I going to spend the money for it if I'm not even going to use it, right? Keep that in mind. Especially if you're really hesitant about spending money on your business. Now, I'm not saying go out there and hire 4 or 5 different gurus at $5,000 a pop. Not saying that. Not at all. I am simply saying that investing in you and investing in your business, those 2 investments are the best investments of all. Because of the growth factor that you're going to experience down the road from all of it. What you put into it is what you get out of it. And a lot of people are like, well, really? Okay. Yeah, because I can't sit back and say, I'm an owner of a business, but I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to sit here and see what happens. What kind of a business is that? That's somebody who just wants to sit on their butt and make money, right? You agree? You agree with me on that? Right. So you have to take action. So I want to encourage you to take action today. I don't have a special product or anything to share with you, but I want you to take action today. I want you to take action in your business. I want you to go out there and find free information that'll help you grow. I want you to go out there and maybe search for some kind of a program that's within your budget, that's going to be quality. Don't go into debt to do this. If it's going to require you to go into debt to get the information, get the free information first. Because once you start getting that free information, you can use that free information to build yourself up to the point where you can afford everything else. Start small, grow big. Start small, grow big. You can do it. Guys, thank you so much. It is now top of the hour, and I want to thank you for being here for another edition of Thursday Night Training with myself, Dana Carpio. It is a pleasure. Remember, mark your calendar, November 5th, Saturday, November 5th at 2 p.m. Central Time at the Hermitage Library here in Hermitage, Tennessee. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at dana@danacarpio.com. As always, I am on Facebook Instant Messenger. You can find me through there as well. And you can also find me on my Facebook page at Dana Carpio Consulting. And I look forward to speaking with you. And I really hope to see you on Saturday, November 5th. Until then, I pray that you have a wonderful and a blessed day. Have a great week in business. Thank you, guys. Have a great one. Bye-bye.